Hey everyone, Michael Biggs here from the Quality K9, and today I'm going to talk to you about doing the Kennel Up command. Now, why do we want to do the Kennel Up command? Well, first of all, it enforces structure in your leadership between you and your dog, and it also enforces calmness in your household. Secondly, it also helps you eliminate issues like why is your dog going and pooping and peeing around the house when you're not around? Your dog getting in, destroying or eating your socks, or biting on your shoes, or taking things away and hiding it. You don't know where it is when you get home. Or it's eliminating things like rushing the door and along those lines whenever you get home. And on top of that, it's also teaching your dog a threshold. And now, the way we're actually going to teach the threshold is we're going to teach the dog that the dog doesn't come out of the kennel and command unless you tell them to. Now, if they go into the kennel in and out on their own, that's perfectly fine. But me personally, I always typically have my dogs in command. There are certain times throughout the day where I'll let them kind of free roam around my room, but my dogs do not free roam around the house. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to walk up to the crate. I am going to say kennel up, and Coco is going to walk into the crate. Now, see my crate right here, and I actually want to get Coco in there too. She's hanging out down there. Coco, good girl. They're nice and excited, ready to go. I do have a mini educator on her, 300TS. It is an e-collar. I am not using it particularly for this session. I might try to, but it's a little awkward holding the leash in this hand as well as holding the stick in my other hand. So if I can finagle it, I'll do it. It's kind of weird. I have it in this hand right now, but I might actually do leash and collar in this hand. So what's going to happen is I'm going to walk up to the crate. I'm going to say kennel up. She's going to go inside. I'm going to shut the door. For this, I'm going to leave the leash on, but for practical exercises, you can take the leash off and work on that after the fact. But always in the beginning stages, I always recommend working with the leash on. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab the leash here. Good. And that's totally unacceptable. No chewing. It's a $15 slip lead. I'm not letting that happen. Anyway. So, I have Coco here. Let's go. Good girl. Let's go, Coco. Good job. I'm going to try to get us both in here as best I can. I have Champ hanging out in the background there. Hey, Champ. Alright, so I'm going to walk up here. Try to get this stick in a good position. Here. I'm going to walk up to the kennel. Coco kennel. I'm going to drop the e-collar actually, or the remote. Good job. Once all four paws get in there, you see that there? Maybe. Get there. And I marked that with good. As soon as she goes in and has all four paws in, good. I'm going to throw the leash up here and shut the door. Now, try to get a better angle there. And then she goes in and lays down. So then, now, what do we do from this point? Well, if I open that door and she comes rushing out, I'm closing the door right in her face. Am I going to hurt her? No. Dogs bash into things all the time and they're perfectly fine. So if she goes to get out, I'm going to shut the door. I'm not even going to mark it with a command. Usually in the early stages of training, I don't do much talking. It's usually just marking with good and then breaking. So I'm going to open the door. Good girl. Get her here. Good girl. And then I'm actually going to try to coax her a little bit. And I talked. But, general idea. She would have done the same thing if I closed the door first. So I'm going to do it again. Good girl. And then my release word for commands is okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this. I'm going to grab the leash, say, Coco, okay. Good job. Good job. She's looking at the stick right now. All right. Good job, Coco. So then, what you do, just repeat. Walk up, kennel, Good job. And I'm not forcing her in. I'm just giving her a little bit of leash guidance. Granted, she has been working on this already, and she's pretty much a rock star at it. She does still kind of rush the door sometimes, and I'm really hoping I'm still getting that. But she does rush the door sometimes, and all you really have to do for that is just shut the door and open it again. And then just practice walking away. Stepping back a little bit. Good job. Coming back. Close it. Open it. Close it. Open it. Good job. Okay. Okay. Good job. Now, for your break word, you can use anything. You don't have to use okay. I typically just use okay because that's how I came into this, and I'm just familiar with it. But a lot of people will argue not to use okay because it's so frequently used in normal conversation. So I can be talking to my mom and she comes in the room and like, oh, okay. And then the dog's like, oh, okay. And then they break command. But I just taught myself not to use that word so casually. And I also have a certain emphasis on how I use it when I talk to dogs. Okay, you can come out. Or okay. But when I'm talking to someone, I'm like, oh, okay. It's more casual. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to go back at it again. I'm going to try to get a better angle on this stick. I apologize if I'm not getting good angles. So we're going to get her here. Coco, let's go. I'm going to do a little twirl here. Good job. Kennel. Good girl. Good girl. And then you just repeat this exercise over and over again. You do it 10 times, 20 times, and it'll just get less and less every day. And eventually your dog will you'll say, kennel up, the dog will just rush right in that kennel. Totally happy about it. And you say, okay, your dog comes right back out.